Imagine a classroom in Japan. It is the middle of the day, time for lunch. But this is not like lunch in many other countries. Here, 6-year-old children put on clean white aprons, hats, and face masks. They move their desks carefully. They get ready for something special. Then these small children do something surprising. They carry large, heavy pots of hot soup. They carry trays of food. They walk with care and serve their friends. There is no loud noise. Everything is calm and well-ordered. All the children know what to do. They work together like a team. For people outside Japan, this may seem very strange. Young children usually do not handle hot food. They often do not serve meals to everyone. This scene makes you ask a question. Why do they do this? And how can such young children do it so well? In Japan, school lunch is more than just a meal. It is not just a break from learning. Lunch is a very important lesson. It is as important as learning math or how to read. Teachers eat the same food with the students, right there in the classroom. This makes lunch a shared experience, like a family meal. This special school lunch system is a big reason why children in Japan are very healthy. It helps them learn good eating habits. It teaches them to be responsible for themselves and their friends. It shows them how to work as part of a group. It is about strong cultural values that are deeper than just food. These values help children grow into healthy and good people.
This system is a powerful way to teach many lessons every single day. The story of school lunches in Japan began long ago, in 1989. In Tsuruoka City, a Buddhist temple saw a big problem. Many poor children were hungry. These hungry children could not learn well, so the kind monks decided to help. They offered rice balls, grilled fish, and pickled vegetables for free. This act of charity showed the link between food and learning. Soon, this idea of school meals spread across Japan. The idea grew over the next decades. By the early 20th century, more schools offered lunches. In 1917, some meals began to focus specifically on good nutrition. In the 1920s, schools in Tokyo even started serving bread with meals. But then a terrible time came with World War II. During the war, school lunch programs had to stop. After the war ended, Japan faced a huge crisis. There was widespread hunger, and many children suffered from serious malnutrition. They were not growing properly. The nation understood that it needed to act quickly to help its future generation. In 1954, Japan made a very important decision. The government passed a new law, the School Lunch Program Act. This law was a turning point. It made it a rule that all public elementary and junior high schools must provide safe and healthy lunches for every student.
Lunch was no longer just a break. It was an important part of education itself. This legal framework turned feeding children into a national strategy. It aimed to rebuild the country by helping children grow strong. This new mandatory system quickly became widespread. By 2021, an amazing 99.7% of public elementary schools and 98.2% of junior high schools in Japan offered school meals. This meant almost every child experienced kyoshoku, school lunch, as they grew up. It created a shared cultural experience for all. The program kept evolving. In the 1970s and 80s, people worried that Japanese diets were becoming too Western. So the school lunch system adapted again. It started to focus more on traditional Japanese foods and using ingredients from local farmers. This helped children learn about their culture and local communities. Later, in 2005, another key law was introduced, the Basic Act on Shokuiku. Shokuiku means food and nutrition education, but it is much more. This law brought a new way of thinking. Food is essential for the mind, good behavior, and the body. Under this rule, every school meal became a teaching moment. It connected children to food's origins, the work to make it, and traditions. This is how Japan's school lunch system grew from charity to a careful plan. It became a powerful tool for promoting health, education, and a strong national identity. 3. Food is a lesson. In Japan, lunch is more than just a meal. It is a vital part of learning, known as shokuiku. This word means food education, but its meaning goes much deeper. Shokuiku teaches that food is not only fuel for the body, it is also very important for a person's mind, character, and overall health. Under this idea, every school meal becomes a time to learn. Students connect with food's origins, the work of growers, and old cultural eating ways. Schools in Japan have special staff for food and health. These are certified dietitians or food and nutrition teachers. They do much more than just plan what students will eat each day. They teach lessons about nutrition and healthy eating. These professionals create easy-to-understand materials for students. They visit classrooms to talk about the day's meal, explaining its benefits. They also work with children who have food allergies or those who find eating difficult, making sure everyone learns. They ensure children understand why different foods are important for their bodies and minds. Shokuiku helps children understand that food connects everyone. Farmers grow the food, fishermen catch the fish, and cooks prepare the meals. Students learn to be thankful for these people and for nature's gifts. This sense of connection is called interdependence. Before eating, all students say "itadakimasu" together. This phrase means, "I humbly receive." It thanks the life given for their food. After they finish eating, they say, "Gochiso-sama deshita," which means, "Thank you for the meal." This shows thanks to everyone involved in bringing food to their table. Meals also teach about seasons. Menus change with the time of year, featuring what is fresh. Students learn which foods are in season during spring, summer, autumn, and winter. This helps them understand how food grows and how nature works. They learn about local foods, like fish from nearby seas or vegetables from local farms. A big part of shokuiku is the expectation to eat everything that is served. Children are told to try all foods, even those they might think they do not like. Teachers gently encourage this habit. The idea is that eating different foods helps children develop new tastes. This helps them stay healthy for life. Japanese culture teaches that wasting food is not good. This idea is called mottainai. It means feeling regret over waste.
Wasting food shows a lack of respect for the hard work of people who prepared the meal. In Japan, a picky eater is seen as more than just difficult. It suggests a lack of education about food, respect, and life's processes. Eating all your food and trying new things helps to build a strong, good character. It shows a child understands the value of food, hard work, and community.
Shokuiku helps children grow not just their bodies, but also their minds and hearts, making them responsible members of society. 4. The children do the work. The school day in Japan is busy. Around noon at 12:30, a special time begins. This is lunch, but it is more than just eating. It is a daily lesson in how to live and work together. This special time usually lasts about 45 minutes. Every day, a group of students has a special job. They are the otoban, or lunch duty team. These students change often, so every child gets a turn to help. First, they wash their hands very well. Then they put on clean white aprons, caps, and masks. These special clothes keep the food clean and safe. They show that this job is important. After putting on their uniforms, the otoban team goes to the school kitchen. They get heavy metal carts loaded with the day's lunch. These carts hold big pots of rice, hot soup, and other dishes. For younger students, pulling or pushing these carts can be hard work, but they do it with pride. They know they are helping their friends. It is their job to bring the food safely to their classroom. While the otoban team is busy, other students in the classroom also prepare. They move their desks into small groups. This makes the classroom feel like a friendly dining room, not a big noisy cafeteria. Everyone washes their hands again and takes out their personal washcloths.
The classroom changes from a place for learning to a place for eating, and later it will change back. When the lunch team returns with the food, serving begins. Students serve each other. One student might use a big ladle to put hot soup into bowls. Another student gives out rice. Others distribute side dishes, like grilled fish or vegetables, and milk. These are important tasks. Students learn how to give the right amount of food to everyone. They also learn to be careful with hot food and heavy containers. Their teacher watches and helps, but the students manage most of the work themselves. This trust builds their confidence and responsibility. Before they eat, sometimes a student shares information about the meal. They might explain where the vegetables came from or why a certain fish is healthy. This helps everyone understand their food better. After everyone has their food, they all say "itadakimasu" together. This is a special Japanese phrase that means "I humbly receive" or "thank you for the meal." It shows thanks for the food and for everyone who helped prepare and grow it. The teacher eats the same meal at the same time, sitting with the students. This means there is no social difference between students and teachers during lunch. Everyone shares the same experience. This helps to create a strong feeling of community and equality in the classroom. No janitors clean the dining area. Instead, students are responsible for cleaning up after themselves. After eating, the students pack up their empty dishes. They sort any trash into different bins for recycling or composting. Then, they help put the desks back in their learning setup. In many schools, students also brush their teeth after lunch. This teaches good hygiene habits. This entire lunch process teaches children many important things.
It teaches them to be responsible for their community. It teaches them to work together as a team. It also helps them to respect each other. Because everyone does the work and everyone eats the exact same meal, there are no social differences or special foods. This shared labor helps children grow up with good habits and a strong sense of working together for the good of all. What is on the plate? A Japanese school lunch is very specific. It always has a pattern, though the food changes daily and with the seasons. Children usually eat rice. Sometimes they have bread or noodles. There is always a main protein dish. This could be grilled fish, boiled fish, chicken, or tofu. Vegetables are always included, often cooked in different ways or in a salad. A soup is also common, like miso soup with seaweed or a vegetable soup. And every meal includes milk, usually a small carton. Milk has been part of school lunch since after the war because it helps children's bones grow strong. What is on the plate might surprise people from other countries. You might see traditional Japanese food, like grilled mackerel.
But you can also find dishes like curry rice or spaghetti with meat sauce. These are popular with students. The important thing is how these foods are prepared and what they come with. For example, if students have curry rice, they will also get a fresh salad and maybe fruit or yogurt. If there is fried chicken, it is a small portion, balanced with many vegetable dishes. The idea is not to stop children from eating popular foods, but to make sure every meal is balanced and healthy. School lunches are carefully planned by nutritionists. They make sure the meals give students the right amount of energy. For elementary school children, a lunch has about 600 to 700 calories. For junior high students, it is about 850 calories. This provides about 1/3 of what children need to eat in a day. Meals are designed with the 5 basic nutrients in mind: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. There are also rules for how much salt and fat can be in the food. The food on the plate also teaches children about their local area. Schools use many local ingredients. In 2021, over half of the food for school lunches came from local farms or fishing areas. This helps local farmers and reduces travel for food. Children learn where their food comes from. For example, in autumn, when chestnuts are ready, students might eat rice with chestnuts. If a city is known for good fish, that fish will often be on the menu.
This connects students to their region and helps them understand the seasons. Sometimes people wonder why milk is served with foods like traditional Japanese dishes, which might seem strange. But the goal is not to match tastes perfectly. It is to give children complete nutrition. Milk is seen as a key part of this. While the system is very healthy, some experts have noted small issues. For instance, some meals could have more fiber, and some might have a little too much salt. But overall, the meals are much healthier than many other school lunch programs around the world. Chapter 6. Good Health for Everyone. Japan shows very good results when we look at children's health. It has some of the lowest rates of childhood obesity among developed nations. This means fewer children are overweight or obese. For example, a big report from UNICEF looked at many countries. It found that Japan had the smallest number of overweight or obese children, which was a remarkable achievement. Only about 14% of Japanese children aged 5 to 19 faced this health issue.
In comparison, countries like the United States, Italy, and France had much higher rates. In these places, more than 30% of children were overweight or obese, showing a clear difference in health outcomes. Many studies show that the school lunch program plays a very important role in these good health numbers. When children eat school lunch, their daily food intake is much better. They get more important nutrients. For example, they eat more protein, fish, and a variety of vegetables and fruits. They also consume less unhealthy fat and salt. At the same time, they get more dietary fiber, which is important for digestion. On days without school lunch, children often do not eat as well, showing that the program truly helps improve what children eat every day. The school lunch system also works as a social safety net, helping children from different family backgrounds. It makes sure that all children receive good food, no matter how much money their family has. Research found that children from poorer families ate similar amounts of important nutrients as their classmates from richer homes on days when they had school lunch. Without school lunch, children from poorer homes often ate more simple carbohydrates and sugary foods, but less protein and vegetables. This way of eating can lead to obesity and other health problems. So school lunch helps to make the playing field fair for all children when it comes to healthy eating and development. Because children eat healthy, balanced meals every day at school, they learn good eating habits from a young age. This helps to create a lifelong taste for healthy food. It means they are more likely to make good food choices for their entire lives, even when they become adults. This early learning works like a program that helps protect them from common lifestyle diseases later on, such as heart problems or diabetes. Also, school lunch always includes a glass of milk. This is very important for strong bone growth in children. The school lunch system builds a strong and healthy foundation that benefits children for many years. Chapter 7 looks at the difficult parts of Japan's school lunch system. While many things are very good, there are also challenges. These challenges help us see the full picture. One big issue is the pressure for children to eat all the food on their plate. In the past, this was very strict. Some teachers even made children stay in the classroom until they finished everything. This could be a very bad experience for some students. They might still remember these times with sadness many years later. Today, this strong pressure is less common. However, schools still expect students to finish most of their meal. For children with sensitive tastes, or who just dislike certain foods, this can make lunch a time of worry. Instead of enjoying their food, they might feel stressed and anxious every day. Another challenge is that there is not much choice in the menu. All students eat the same meal. This means the system does not easily accommodate different diet needs. For example, if a child is vegetarian and does not eat meat or fish, it is very difficult.
Almost every meal has fish, meat, or other animal products. Also, children with religious rules about food, like those who eat kosher or halal food, may find it hard to follow their diets. Schools usually provide modified meals for children with serious allergies, but they do not often change meals for less serious food preferences or other diet choices. This one-menu system creates a strong sense of equality, as everyone shares the same food, but it can be tough for students who have different personal or family requirements. The cost of food is another growing problem. Prices for ingredients like fish, meat, and fresh vegetables continue to rise. Local governments pay for the costs of cooks, kitchen staff, and equipment. Parents pay a small fee each month, but this only covers the food ingredients. With food prices increasing, it is hard for towns and cities to keep these parent fees low. To save money, schools sometimes have to use cheaper ingredients. This might mean more chicken instead of more expensive pork or beef. Also, portion sizes might become smaller in some areas, or schools might start using more prepared or processed foods. This can make the lunches a little less fresh or balanced than they used to be, even if they are still very good by international standards. Sometimes, even with careful planning, there can be small nutritional issues. For example, some meals might not have enough dietary fiber, or they could have a bit too much salt.
Also, despite efforts to reduce waste, some food is still thrown away. Studies show that younger children tend to waste more food than older ones. Interestingly, traditional Japanese dishes often lead to more waste than Western-style dishes, which is a bit ironic for a system that aims to preserve food culture. Certain ingredients, like specific vegetables and seafood, are also wasted more often. These issues show that no system is perfect. Japan's school lunch program is highly praised, but it also has its hard parts. It tries to teach good habits and create community for everyone, but sometimes this approach does not fit every child's needs perfectly. The system continues to work on these challenges. 8. What we can learn. The Japanese school lunch system shows us many important things. It is not just about giving food to children. It teaches strong values like community, taking responsibility, and treating everyone equally. When all children eat the same meal, it helps them feel like one group. They learn to care for each other and for their school. We can learn that school meals can be a part of education. They can teach children where food comes from. They can show why healthy eating is important. Children learn to be thankful for their food and for the people who prepare it. When students help serve food and clean, they learn to work together. This helps them become responsible people. But can other countries do the same?
Japan has a special culture where people often work together and follow rules. They value group harmony. Also, Japan has good funding for schools and accepts that schools teach life values, not just school subjects. These things help the lunch system work well. Other countries might find it hard to copy everything exactly. They have different ideas about personal choice and how much children should conform. However, the main idea is not just about the food itself. The real secret is the strong belief that feeding children well is very important. It is about a shared commitment to the future generation. This means that society agrees to invest time, money, and effort in children's health and learning through food. Each country needs to think about its own culture and needs. They can take the good ideas from Japan and change them to fit their own way. For example, countries can still teach about food and responsibility. They can encourage children to help more with lunch. The key is to see lunch as more than just a meal. It is a chance to build good habits and strong values for life. What parts of Japan's school lunch system do you think could work well in other countries?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world.